Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome back to Too Ambitious. I am so happy to be here with you all. And just in case you forgot, it is Black History Month. So happy Black History Month. And I hope that wherever you are celebrating all the efforts and all the amazing accomplishments that Black people have contributed to our wonderful America. Okay. All right. So today I'm super excited to have such a wonderful guest on today. Also, too, first of all, tell me in the comments where you're joining me from, because I like to know where everybody is from. I'm in the Bay Area. The sun is shining today, praise God. But I know that a lot of people are dealing with a lot of weather. So tell me where you're joining from. Let me see you light up the comments. And if this is your first time joining the show, this show celebrates Black women and women of color founders who are innovators, disruptors, and yes, as you could probably imagine, very ambitious. So today, I have the founder of Vidlo here, Chynna Morgan. She's on the show. Now, let me tell you a little about Chynna. First of all, she's fabulous and she has amazing hair, but she's also super smart, which we love. She's a 2 times tech founder dedicated to sharing innovative ideas and perspectives on how to engage with your audience while increasing your business. We love that. Chynna is on the cutting edge of adtech with Vidlo. It is a turnkey solution to launching user-generated video campaigns that help brands capture video testimonials and content from their customers. Yes, very amazing. And it's without AI too. There's none of that AI stuff. This is like real deal. So please show Chynna some love. Let her know we are happy to have her on Too Ambitious. Chynna Morgan, welcome to the show.
Listen, I don't know how I can continue with that intro. That was just too much for me.
Listen,
so happy to be here.
yes, I am so happy that you're here, and I'm so glad. Let's first of all, let's shout out Amelia Badua for connecting us.
Yes. Shout out to our girl. She's awesome, a great connector for sure.
She is a great connector. So we're super happy that we were able to come together and find common ground and to hear all about your story, because, what you've created is truly amazing. So let's just start off by just in your own words, tell us what your company Vidlo is all about.
What is it all about? It's all about how do we get your customers, how do we get your fans talking about you in video, right? Video is king right now on all types of social media platforms. But how do we empower them to talk about you where the video is branded, it's customized with your filters, with your music, with your branding, in a way where you can amplify your brand on your website, on social to increase your sales, but also that brand awareness.
Got it. Okay. So, thank you for that overview. Super
Yeah.
helpful.
Right.
What I'm always curious about, because this is your second company, first of
Yes.
all.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're a serial entrepreneur. Like
I
you
mean,
you're a builder. You're
I
a builder.
try.
Yeah,
I try.
you are a builder, and I love that. But what I'm curious about is, how did you get the bug, because it takes a very special person to want to build something. Where did this energy come from for you to be an entrepreneur and want to build companies?
Yeah. You know what? From a little girl up, I've always had ideas, right? So I remember when I was like 10 years old, I wanted to have my own hospital, but I wanted the hospital to have a music theater so people can like not always feel sad in the hospitals. They can
Oh,
enjoy themselves listening to music or seeing a show. So my mind has always been, I was going to do something, right? I
right,
didn't know I was
right.
going to be in tech, but I always had the bug to create something, and for our community, for other people
Yeah.
that look like us. So I was actually 2 classes away from finishing my master's, and I had
Mhm.
the idea of my first company, and I just kind of just went for it.
Oh my God. So what was the first company?
It was called Jiff Out Loud.
Okay.
So it
Tell
started
us.
off. I guess I'll tell you all the deeds. So it started off with in 2016. A lot of people were communicating with GIFs, right? Everyone was
Right.
texting. GIFs.
Yeah.
So my thought was, people are not talking on the phone that much anymore. How can we get them to talk like we can hear their tone, but put it over GIFs to communicate? So it was like a story. So you're
Yes.
able to add your voice or music to any GIF in the world and share it as you're texting your family or friends on your
Okay.
iPhone, right? So
Yeah.
we're building that, and then brands start to reach out to see if we can create them their customized one for events. I said,
Oh,
wait a second. let's
Yeah.
pivot for a second and work with brands to monetize. So that's
Yeah.
kind of how that started with that.
Oh my gosh. And then so did that first company lead to this company? How did you
Yes.
come with okay, so it was kind of
So
like a
it
natural
was.
evolution. Okay.
Yeah, so during the pandemic, so we had a kiosk actually. So it kind of we kind of synced into a kiosk for like the Formula One event, for different like retail activations. During
Yeah.
the pandemic, no one wanted to touch a kiosk. It was like taboo, right? They didn't know the germs on there. And then all events and activations were done. So they're like, I was like, what can we do to still, work with our clients and that we still kind of solve their problems with creating content? So that is
Right.
when Vidlo came into the picture.
Ah, okay. All right. So what I love about you is that you, one, trust your gut. Two, you listen to your audience,
Yeah.
right? You were
Yeah.
already listening to your customers. That's how it led you to this company,
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
quite brilliant because a lot of people don't do that. A
You
lot of
know
people
what? They don't, but it's how you're not going to listen to people you're solving problems for. That doesn't make any sense,
Exactly,
you know? Yeah.
exactly, because some of the greatest companies are created by solving a problem for their
Yeah.
customer,
Yeah. Yeah.
which you clearly have done, So, let me find out a little bit about, user-generated content. When did you realize that this could be something that was viable that you can continue to build upon, you know?
Yeah, so when I go into the world, when I go to music concerts, when I go to brand activations, when I go to restaurants, people have their phones out. People
Yeah.
are creating content
Yes.
everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of times brands are not able to find the content because they're just posting it on their own channels or they have to really search to see how they can repost it. It was just too much stuff in the way, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
how can we make this process easier? We can give brands the power to capture the content so they can just repurpose it and then amplify their brand and the experience that their fans or customers are doing. So
Yeah.
that's what I've seen. It's just kind of like people love creating, and also people love having a voice. They love being able to share their opinions, giving reviews. So we're pretty much just amplifying a behavior that people are already doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, one of the things that I love about content creating is that you can create something, you can put it out to the world, and somebody on the other side of the planet can see it right away, you know,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is amazing. I love
Yeah.
that feeling, the
Yeah.
connection of it all.
Yeah.
So you've created Vidlo, you're
Yes.
building your business. Tell me a little bit about how you sort of scaled and talk about it from, like, the business standpoint. We know that, VC funding is something that is an option,
Yeah.
grants and
Yeah.
everything like that. So
Yeah.
how did you sort of, start
Started.
off, the company, and how are things going for you right now?
Yeah. So I've been bootstrapped my whole career, right? And I think there's power in bootstrapping. A lot of times
Absolutely.
people feel like you need to have VC or angel investing, but I think you have to come in a mindset of how do I create a profitable company without needing anything? Because
Yeah,
companies are all about making money. So if you can't make
yeah,
money initially, there's something there that's not quite sinking. So I was able to put us in a position where we can be profitable by the time we launch. So people
yeah.
have customers. And the way I've scaled that is through partnerships, through our referrals. A lot of
Mhm.
our customers refer us to other customers or
Amazing.
um, partnerships where they have Vidlo inside their platform so other people can capture testimonials. So it's really,
Right.
I say like partnerships is king for us in terms
Right.
of awareness and getting more customers.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, that kind of is like a business model all in itself is right, is building those
Yeah,
partnerships and those relationships in order to push your business forward, you
yeah.
know. And kudos to you for bootstrapping, you
Thank you.
know.
Thank
So
you.
you're still the sole owner then.
Yes, I am. Yeah. 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 I still
Okay.
am. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is, like, your thought process for as you move forward with your business? Is it to keep growing? Would you ever sell?
Mhm.
You know?
Yes. Yes, yes,
Um,
yes, yes,
okay.
yes.
Alright, got
So,
it.
yeah,
So, yeah, belief in growth.
I think there's power in creating like, I love creating companies, like, just having the idea and then, like,
Yeah,
building and then seeing it come to life. So
right.
I think I wanna build it to a point where, if it's time to scale even more, I can kind of get it acquired and have someone else kind of fulfill, my vision for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I
Oh,
would love to have more companies for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense because you're a builder.
I
So that
think
makes
so,
sense.
right? I'm a builder.
Yeah.
I guess I'll
You're a
say
builder. Yeah.
that.
You'll be the person who's like, yeah, I own like 5 companies
Companies,
and yeah, you know.
and
So
that's
I
what it
get
is.
that. I get that. And I love that for you actually,
Thank you.
because you're quite brilliant.
Thank
So
you.
take me back a little bit to just kind of, how you built this business in a way that is sustainable. Are you doing it yourself? Do you have a team? And do you like being a boss? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a team of 4 or 5,
Okay.
and, like, my developer, my designers, my content strategist, shout out to them for keeping the
Hey,
boat moving, right? Shout out to the Vidlo
yes.
team. But do I enjoy being a boss? I think I like cultivating teams and
Mhm.
bringing the right people in so we can, like, see the vision come to life, and I think as a leader, it's really about listening, right? I'm
Yeah,
not an expert at everything, so how can
right.
I bring people in that can help me bring this to life of things that I don't know about, Um,
Exactly.
so I think it's more so having that attitude. It's like being a life learner, and bring people
Yes.
in that can teach me and help me move the needle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's such a wonderful, perspective to have as a leader because you're right, like, we don't know everything,
Yeah, right,
so, yeah, that's super smart on your part.
right.
Thank you, Kenneth, for this comment. Vidlo removes
Shout
the
out
ex
to
Yeah.
Kenneth.
Hey, Kenneth, Vidlo
Yes.
removes the excuses for brands that struggle to listen to their customers. I
Mm,
love that. It's
I like that.
super important to listen to your customers,
Yeah,
in every facet of any business, any
yeah,
industry, super
yeah.
important. So,
You know what? Shout out to Kenneth. Thank you for that shout out, but also for like internal feedback, right? A lot of times we think of like UGC content or video testimonials for like amplifying your brand on your website or social.
yeah.
A lot of times, what are they saying internally that we can change to make the product even better,
Mhm.
right? So there's so many
Okay.
ways to utilize the content, not just for amplifying your brand on to the
Yeah.
world. Sometimes
Right,
just
right, right.
internally what we can do different.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
with that said then, so when we talk about your company, Vidlo, and, the actual platform,
Mhm.
who is using this platform? Who is your ideal customer, you
Yeah.
know?
So it's usually brands, B2B brands, right? So
Okay.
these are brands that need to connect with their customer, connect with their fans. They want their fans talking about them so they can be amplified on social. So whether that's like a small business owner, maybe you have
Right.
a digital agency and you need your clients to say how amazing you are. Whether you're a nonprofit, whether you are a med spa, a dental practice. We also
Okay.
work with like music artists because it's a way for them to get their fans to create content around their music. So
Mhm.
really, when it comes to UGC, it's limitless when it comes to who can utilize, and it's
Okay.
usually like brands you think that might not be that sexy, right? That's kind of like why they don't really create experiences and they
Yeah.
need content. So
Yeah.
they can also market and brand their business. So I'll say every brand can really utilize UGC and video testimonials.
Well, and I think that that is something that, and I'm pulling it up now, your website, which is super cool, by the way. I love how fun it is.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'll snap you all and you offer a 7-day free trial. We love a
Yes.
free trial.
You guys check it out. Check it out, our free trial for
I
sure.
love this. I love this site. How long did it take you to build this site?
Ooh, the site didn't take that long to build when we were getting
Okay.
started, but we've had different iterations of it for sure.
Yeah.
But it didn't maybe like a month or 2 to
Okay. All
to
right.
create.
Not bad at
Not
all.
that
You
bad.
know. Yeah, and I love that, the site is there for, brands, but I think solopreneurs could use it too, right?
Yes, 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 yes. They're one of our like our really cool niche that we have just
Yeah.
because they need testimonials to amplify their brand. It's not like they have a whole
Yeah,
army behind them, right? So how
right.
can they create opportunities to capture more content? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was even thinking for myself too, like it'd be great to have like video testimonials from like clients and stuff like that,
Mhm.
'cause you can get the written ones too, but we know video is king,
Video
right?
is king. And with the written ones, I mean, they're great, but sometimes you don't really know who's behind the pen, right? So it's not that realness, that authenticness that you get from video.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
would say for brands that way, I think the key point is when do you want to capture your testimonial, right? So it's
Mhm.
all about like getting it in the right time. Maybe when like the project's about to close, maybe when they've told you, oh my gosh, Trish, you're amazing. You're like, oh, I need a video testimonial, right? So those
Right.
you have to do it in the right time to
Right,
capture
right, right.
the right moments, you know.
Right, like, "Tell me now, be honest, say it on
Be
camera."
honest. You just said I was amazing. Just say it to the world.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
so when brands approach you to work with you and everything like that, can you walk us through the process of how they work with Vidlo?
Yeah. So Vidlo is a SaaS platform, right? So anyone can create a campaign within 5 minutes and get started capturing their content. So the first
Mhm.
thing you're going to do is you're going to log in, and then you're going to create your campaign. So you're going to
Okay.
create your landing page. You're going to give them a prompt, a question or an action that you want them to take in their video, right?
Right,
You're going to
right.
design how you want your videos to look, filters,
Mhm,
your logo, if you want music, if you want to add a call to action. And
mhm.
then one cool thing is you can also capture CRM data, right? So if you want to
Ah,
enrich your database with more information from prospective clients or customers, or maybe enrich it with your existing customers, you can do
right.
that. And then
Okay.
it generates a QR code or a link. And now you can just share that to the world. You could put the QR code on signages, on posters, on your website, or the URL for like email or text campaigns. And then you send it out to your audience and they can just start creating content right away.
Oh, wow. So it sounds super simple.
It
Super.
literally is. It's really, and I think that's why our clients love us so much because it's like anyone. You don't have to be tech savvy. You don't have to, it's 1, 2, 3, and you're ready to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant. I love it.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm looking at everything. When I was checking out your website before, I was like, "This is, like, sounds so easy."
you. It is.
Easy. You
No, it is. It's super
You
simple.
know, that's super awesome. So tell me a little bit about, when you're building your company, you've got 4 people on your team. Tell me a little about some of the challenges that you've had as a founder with this super amazing company.
The challenge that I've had, maybe just I'll say the selling process to like enterprise clients, right, is so long, right? That,
Mhm.
if we're trying to get revenue now because we are a bootstrap company, it's just those partnerships can't come fast enough sometimes, right? So
Yeah,
we're just kind of like going and trying to finalize things that we have no control over. So
right.
I would say the struggle has been more so that it's just kind of scaling how we acquire more customers, how we acquire more partnerships. Um,
Right.
that has been probably if I had to name a struggle, that would probably been the struggle that we've had.
Got
And
it.
it's not be and it's more so just people in our network, the connections, the time might not be right. Everyone's
Right.
doing their own thing. Just how do we align those?
Yeah, and thinking that through, so when you're trying to think through those type of issues,
Mhm.
does that fall just, like, on you, or do you, like, have, like, a second in command that you're kinda like, "Okay, how do we find these solutions?"
I think as a founder, it always falls on me, right? Because I'm the one that's driving the boat. I'm the one that's kind of,
Yeah.
giving them tasks. But I do have a network around me that I'm supported, so I don't feel like I'm doing it by myself. I think when I started my first company, it was just me, Google, and Yahoo. So I was doing everything myself. Didn't know anything about tech. The struggle buggle was definitely real. Figured it out. But now I feel like I have a community, I have a team. So it's not like I'm not that stressed where I feel like it's all on me. I have people that can, help when I need. So
Yeah, absolutely. And as someone who, this is your second company, we know that there are a lot of people out there who want to start a business or just starting their business. What would you say is your top 3 things that every person who's considering being an entrepreneur needs to know when they're getting started?
yes. Number one, embrace the pivots, right? You have to be able to be flexible. The way that you think about your company might not always work. So know how to time to pivot, listen to your customers, because I think a
Yes.
lot of times entrepreneurs get stuck on like what we want. And it's like
Mm,
that's not what the people want at all. It's not about you, it's about the customers you're trying to serve. I'll
yes,
say
yes.
embrace the pivots, block out the haters, right? Not everyone's going to see your vision, and that is fine. It's only about what you can see and what you want to build. So you
Right.
can't let a lot of the people get into your ear, because then you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh no, oh that's true, and it could be the next $1 billion company, like you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Um, and build a community.
Mm.
Have people around you that can support you, that can open doors for you. And don't be a taker, be a giver as well. How can you
Mm.
serve them and bring them opportunities,
Yeah.
that can amplify what they're doing? So embrace the pivots, block
Yes.
out the haters, and build your community.
I love it. I love it. My favorite is block out the haters,
Block out the haters. They gotta be blocked.
Block
Look at
the
we gotta
haters.
block. We gotta
Yeah.
block them.
Because there's always gonna be haters. There's always
Who
gonna be
cares? Who cares
yeah,
though? Who cares, right?
who
Who cares?
cares, you still show up and show out, whatever
Yeah.
haters,
Whatever,
you know?
whatever, haters.
So, another thing that I like to ask founders, especially women, is how do you sort of find the balance between taking care of yourself, staying well, and running a successful business? How do you do it, China? What's your secret for your well-being?
So I think I have embraced working smarter and not harder. And I
Okay.
think when you become an entrepreneur, you feel like you have to grind every
Yes.
second, right? You have to grind every second. And that's not really the case, because I think if you're working smarter, the hours you're putting in is the ones that are really going to, really going to amplify the tasks that you're doing.
Right.
So you have to get out of that mindset. So I've had to learn how to have a balance. Like I have to take care of myself, whether that's going to spas, whether that's going out dancing, going out to eat, taking a weekend trip. I need to recharge, right? Because you put
Yeah.
so much time and energy to what you're building.
Yeah.
So I try to work smarter and not harder all the time.
Exactly. Well, which makes sense. Do you have any daily practices or at all that you do?
So when I wake up, I try to do yoga. I do like
Okay.
yoga in the mornings to kind of just wake up. And then I go to the gym. I like to take dance classes. Like I do Zumba all the time, but like just I like to try different gym classes, sessions.
Nice.
And I say that's like my daily practices. And then music, I have to listen to my music every day. That's what keeps me going throughout the day. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, the Zumba is one thing that I've been wanting to try,
You have to
but
try it. You
you
gotta
know
try
what?
it. It's helping you.
The way my 2 feet are set up, I don't need that stress when I'm trying to lose weight, you know?
But you know what? In Zumba, a lot of people might have 2 left feet and no one cares. They're just still
Yeah.
jiving and moving,
I was like I was gonna take one recently, and I was like, "I don't need to be embarrassed this early in the morning. I really don't." So, but thank you for the
hilarious.
inspo, you
See,
know?
I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna be like, "Did you do the Zumba this week? You gotta go. You gotta go."
I don't know if I can do it, China, I don't know if I'm as well-rounded as you are. So, so China, tell me something about, your dreams. What are some of the dreams that you have for yourself and for your company as well?
Oh, that's a good question. So the dreams that I have for myself is to live just a stress-free life, just to live a peaceful life. Like I think when you live a peaceful life, everything else comes. You're at peace with whatever it is. So whether that's I'm living on a beach for 2 years and I'm just drinking my little pina colada, or maybe I'm building another company. I think just peace, what I would say for myself. And then for my company is I want to see more brands capture more content they can use to really increase their sales. And when I say that is because I know that we've done it, right? That gets me so excited. Like how we can take a brand from so we worked with the restaurant and they were able to sell out of their food because they started posting their Vidlo testimonials. So I'm like, this is key for how brands can increase their revenue, increase their social sharing. So that's my mission, is to help more entrepreneurs, more small businesses, even bigger brands, amplify their sales using our platform. So
Yeah,
that's the bigger. I want to see that at scale.
love that. How are you getting the word out about Vidlo? You
So
know?
you know what? It's been referrals. A lot of it. People are finding us on LinkedIn, right? So you guys, shout out to LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is definitely a great way to
Yes.
amplify your brand. And then our customers are referring us to other customers. They're finding our website, our partnerships. So it's a lot of different channels that are at play.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems like too, you can definitely work with companies that are global too.
We
It's so
do. Yeah, we
okay.
do. Yeah, we do. We do. We
I
work.
know. I
We
love
have
it. I love it. What you've created is very useful,
Yeah.
and I think makes sense, especially in this day and age and everything like that. And also I do want to say also too is that you don't have an AI component that drives the business, right?
No, no, no. So all we focus on real content. Now we have AI in terms of how you can create your prompts in the platform just to help you streamline your campaign. But when it comes to your audience creating the content, that's all them. It's real experiences, it's real people, it's not AI, fake people like it,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
everything is
Everything's
100%.
real.
Yeah.
100% real. Yeah.
Love that. All right. So my final question to you is, do you consider yourself ambitious?
Is there any such thing as too ambitious? I think I'm too ambitious. And I think that's like a great thing. I think I've always been too ambitious. And I think people put a negative connotation to that. And I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to see something, go after your dreams and see it come to life. So I'm shouting out to Trish for the too ambitious, putting me
Thank
on too
you.
ambitious.
I didn't want to make it about me, China. I didn't want to make it about me. Well, I love that you're too ambitious, and I love that your ambition is putting so much great businesses out in the world. You're supporting small businesses as well, getting their businesses off the ground.
Mm,
And I think that's incredible. So thank
thank
you.
you.
You
Thank
know.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, I look forward to seeing what you build next because obviously this is not the last company.
And I don't think so. I think I have some other little things I wanna build out. So
Uh,
I'll keep you
yeah.
posted.
Yeah, probably something music related or dance related.
Probably. Probably. I might do a Zoom for something, and then you have to come on board. You have to try it out. You have to.
See, now why you gotta put me on the spot?
You have to. We gotta get those feet moving just a little bit.
Fine, fine. Anyway, is there anything else that you wanna add about Vidlo? Why don't you tell us how to find you, find Vidlo,
Yes,
and
yes,
all that kind
yes.
of stuff?
Check us out at vidlo.video, vidlo.video. That's our
Okay.
website.
All
Please
right.
connect with me on LinkedIn. You guys are already on LinkedIn right now. So connect with me, say hey. I'd love to learn more about what you guys are also building and how I can help amplify your guys' brands as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are the two spots you can reach
Yeah.
me at.
Those are super easy to find you, LinkedIn and vidlo.video,
Yes.
which I love that you did .video instead of like .com or .cor,
Do you like it? Do you
I
like that?
do. I've
Okay.
never I've never seen that. Usually it just goes to .com then /video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you went on
Well, I was like,
ahead and took the video.
because we're all about video. Like we are focused on video, so why not do
Yeah.
that
You
video?
know, you're a genius. I'm in awe. I'm in
Oh,
awe, so
no,
thank
you're
you.
a genius for having this platform. I appreciate you for bringing me on, letting me share my
Absolutely.
story and connect with your
Yes.
audience. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time and I want to thank you for being on the show. I know you're a very busy woman, so I do not take your time for granted. So thank you,
Thank you. Thank you, Trish. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching Too Ambitious. And I hope that you join me next week for another amazing conversation with a phenomenal founder. And I hope that if you decide even to be a guest on my show, you message me on LinkedIn,
Do it. Do it.
Yeah,
Do
yeah. Join,
it.
join the conversation.
Joy.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Come
Yeah.
see me. Holla at me, as they say. Whatever. All right. Well, thanks everyone. We'll see you next time. All right.